What is going on, guys? It is TJ here from Ghost Rider Lax. Today I'm going to be doing a video a little bit about the Noz and how it's affected lacrosse and probably the best heads around. As you guys know, if you can see right behind me, right there, I did the metrics. Those are probably my favorite heads for box. And nowadays people are starting to ask around for Nosses like they're about to become the OG Blades. I feel like they will be soon. Not sure exact time frame of when they will, but I know if you have like an OG Blade or an OG Nos, they're really rare. Myself, I have four. I have three up on the wall. I've got one right here. I've got two white, a black, and a silver. Then I got a no Nos and then a Nos two. Um, I there's these heads to me are probably the best in the world. Um, so what I want to do is I want to go over them, give you my thoughts about them, starting from the OG Nas to the no Nas to the Nas two. So let's get started. So with the first one, as I said, it's OG Nas, ever right here, strung up, kind of like a mid-high pocket, more of like a boxier pocket, kind of try to replicate Lyle Thompson's. But for me, with the Nas, the OG Nas, I should say, when I first got my hands on one, I didn't like it. And honestly, first time I got one, I sold it right away. And I actually got a CEO, which I sold back to the guy, and I got the Nas back. And then it cracked. Found out he took a couple face offs with it. I didn't see like the inside of it, like right here. They really start to warp and disform, and then they can crack fairly easily. Um, Now, with that being said, a lot of face-off guys do use the Nas. I know CJ Mattis uses one. For a while, Craig Bunker had one. I know Mike Poppleton, he uses one. Many others, but they're not always used for face-off. I've seen plenty of them used for attack. A lot of them used for midfield. I know Rabel for like the first couple months. This actually was out. Before this came out, he started using it. And he put his feedback into it. Um, Mark Matthews in college, I think his junior year, he used this, and it looked really nice the way he had it strung up. Mid-low pocket, four straight. He can dangle, soft mesh, everything. Um, and then of course Lyle Thompson, he uses it. Who else used it? Lyle Miles used it. Because I know Ty used a metric. But with the Nas X, I didn't like it at first. Then it started to grow on me. The one thing I didn't like about it was the minimal sidewall holes. I mean, let's see, probably not gonna be able to count all of them. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10. Not a lot of stringing options you can do. If you mess around with the pattern, you can get yourself a good mid-high pocket to high pocket, but you're gonna be surrendering your channel. That kind of busted out how I felt about it. Then people started putting out some really nice pockets on them. I got a pocket once. Actually, one of them I have up there is Weston from Weston Lacrosse, something like that. I forgot his name. Um, I got a pocket from him that he used with Gymalax, like everything. I put that on two of my heads. I started shooting around with it, and that was actually really lethal. So I really liked that, and then I started coming up with my own patterns to make like a Lyle Thompson replica. I've got this one, and I've got one more up there that I kind of messed around with and didn't really like, so that was that. Um, so then when this came out, they discontinued it after I think about 2 months, and then out of the blue, they were like, all right, or I think Tama Lacrosse came out and said that they should make a solid Nas, which was known as the Snoz. Um, I know a limited amount came in. When I used to work at Lacrosse Unlimited, they had a couple in. I got one from the Warrior rep. I used it, played around with it, it snapped, and I hated the no-nos, or the snoz, I should say. The No Noz came out. Picked up myself a No Noz a while back. Um, Loved it, and then sadly my gear bag got broken into, so my No Noz was stolen. My couple of my CEOs in a nice. I had two Rabel shafts and something like that on there. Or no, I had two Rabel shafts. One was on a Noz, No Noz. The other one was just an extra just in case somebody needed one. The other head that I got stolen was a CEO on I think like a STX Alliance, I think. But it was a nice looking Alliance. Um, so then came out the No Noz. This one I got in a trade from my buddy Jersey Strings. His brother had it strung up with traditional. Started whipping out on me. I got really frustrated, so I took it out and I made another sort of replica of what Throne calls the Type T or Type I pocket. I can't remember. I think it's Type T. It's got the Iroquois colors on there, so that kind of represents the Thompsons. So Type T pocket. I did a little bit of different tweaking to it compared to what they have. Of course, this has East Coast mesh in it. If I had Throne in here, it'd be a lot better. They started whipping out on me when I was playing with it earlier, so who knows? Might get some Throne later, put it in. But with the No Noz, what it does, it doesn't have the nitrous oxide that's in the Noz X. Um, that right there made me a little bit happier. It's a stiffer head. It does get fairly flimsy once you use it more and more. But the good thing about it is once you start using it and you break it in, it's probably one of the best sticks I've ever had. Again, it only has 10 sidewall holes, and that really started to frustrate me. Um, as I be as I became a better stringer, I like the heads that had more than 10 holes. I think my favorite one at that time was the Rabel X. I still have my original Rabel X that I have, and I love that head. I don't think there was a day that if anybody had a Rabel X, I bought it from them right then, right there. Um, I said screw it to the Nozes. Once they became more and more popular, more and more of a, people want this head. It's going to be worth a lot of money. I started collecting them. I know a couple people have like 30 or 40 of them, and it really surprises me that people are starting to, whop those out more and more. Um, Now the thing with me is when these came out, I didn't like them. I picked one up, snapped it. One got stolen, and I was pretty frustrated. And I got another one in my hands. I refused to play with it. I played with it maybe once or twice, and that's great, Scoobies. But once I strung this up with the Type T or Type I pocket, I can't remember. Um, and I said I was going to collect it. That's when I just said, it's screw it. I'm going to leave it alone and let it be. Um, so that made me happy. And then recently there was a huge, there was a controversy saying that they weren't going to make another Noz. It was going to be the Noz X and the No Noz. Um, Warrior pretty much spit in everybody's face and said, "You guys suck. You guys think you know everything about us. So we're going to put out another Noz head." They came out with the Noz 2. Now this I have never played with. I bought it. I strung it up. Still, I don't feel like playing with it. So here's the Noz 2. Looks just like the Noz X. It does have the nitrous oxide, so it is a little flimsy. But once you start playing with it, that's when it's going to start, warping and whatnot. So with this, I have strung up with the new Hero Mesh. I did a review on Hero Mesh before. It might have been deleted by accident. I might do another review soon. Um, but when this came out, I was the happiest kid in the world. It has, I believe, 17 sidewall holes, which made me happy because the amount of sidewall holes that I string with, it makes me even happier. I love having multiple sidewall holes. That way I can string up, really nice pockets. If it's from mid to mid high, high to low, something like that, it makes me happy that this head, it made me happy that Warrior, um, you know, listened to everybody saying that they wanted more sidewall holes in the Noz. Now, the downside of this is I believe there are only a certain amount made. I'm still trying to get my hands on a couple more. Honestly, I want to have as many as I can. I know that's never going to happen. I want as many as I have for the Noz X, which are 4. I want 4 no Nozes and 4 Noz 2s. Being $95 a piece, It's kind of expensive. That's something I really don't feel like paying a lot of money for. But when time comes and people really want these and there's more out, I'm gonna snag as many as I can, and make the best out of it. Um, so let me get back talking about the knots too. I'm babbling on about this stuff, but with the way that these things can string up, to me I found it was a little bit harder. It's a little bit wider compared to the Noz X. The Noz 2 is a little bit wider. Um, what I think it is because a lot of people they want to face off with these, but there were many people, and I don't want to say many people, but there are a lot of people I know that are my friends that use these as you know midfielders and attackmen, so they wanted something that they could use as a field stick instead of facing off with it. So with that being said, I don't know. I have not seen very many people use a Nas 2 as a face-off head. If they have, I'd like to hear from you guys. Comment below or comment on my Instagram page when I post this video. If you use the Nas 2 as a face-off, let me know how it is. Because I'm certainly like hell not gonna be using this. Um, because this is, I think once I fully understand, what's going on with the Nas, that'd be kind of cool. I'm hoping they make another Nas. I want to see them make a no Nas too, that has the same amount of sidewall holes. I think that'd be pretty sweet. I'd like to see them also make some like limited edition Nas because they made it for the Rabel, which in my opinion was a waste of money. Not saying Rabel's a waste of money, but the way he is, the way he acts, the way his playing style is, people think he's like the biggest man. He's really not. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a big fan of Rabel. If they made like a special edition one with like Mark Matthews one or something else. I know Mark Matthews won't do it because he's I believe sponsored by Under Armour. But if they made a limited edition one that had something really cool on it, maybe like the MLL teams, you can get them MLL style with like the Bayhawks, the Lizards, something like that. That'd be pretty sweet. Um, just that's pretty much what I wish they would do for the Nas. Um, but honestly, the Nas I think is probably the best head. Like I said, I've played with a couple of them. I've played box with them. I've played field with them. I've played wall ball, beach ball, you name it. I've done it. And as I said, I'm still trying to get my hands on a couple more. And if you guys have any, let me know. I will probably trade with you guys. I have a bunch of stuff I need to trade. But yeah, so that concludes my video. I hope you guys liked it. I know this was about a 13-minute video. I rambled for a while, but I just wanted to let you guys know my thoughts on the Nas family, the Nas, whatever guys want to call it. So if you guys like this video and you like these in-depth videos of the Nas family, the metrics, anything else, let me know. I'll keep doing more. I've got more heads on my wall that I can do. I've got the Hawk. I've got the Emperor X6, the Brine, Blueprint, Stein U500, and then I've got Surgeon 10s that are actually right there, if you guys can see them. And then right up there, I have a Warrior Evo Pro X6. So what I might do is I might just start doing a lot of videos about that. The next one I might do is actually about the Shield. I did one a while ago, but I kind of want to revamp it. Give you guys my thoughts and feelings about it. I used it a lot through my time, so yeah. Before I end this video, I do have a giveaway coming up. For everybody who loves going to the beach, having mini sticks, I have 2 mini sticks I will be giving away at 2,000 followers. If you watch this, please repost this video on Instagram. Tag me in it. So tag Ghost Rider Lax and tell me why I should give you the heads. I will be posting a video about it and some pictures on Instagram. So keep an eye out for that. But always comment, like, subscribe. I'll be back with you guys. Hopefully tonight I will do the goalie video. If not, maybe tomorrow. So Other than that, guys, have a great day.